Her voice carried across the lobby like a gunshot. Every head turned. The smirk that followed was worse than the words. I felt the weight of my coworkers' stares, the chuckles slipping between them like knives. That was her sport, my humiliation. I didn't look at her, I never did. But in that moment, I made a decision. When I first met Claire, she seemed harmless, a receptionist with a sharp laugh and a memory for names. She remembered mine after one introduction, offered me a coffee, asked about my kids. I thought she was kind. I was wrong. The day the divorce papers arrived, she turned. Maybe it was the gossip she fed on. Maybe she envied my corner office, my tailored suits. Whatever it was, she found her prey in me. She wasn't just cruel, she was strategic. She knew the right nerves to press. She turned every call from my lawyer into public theater. She started rumors about who I was dating. And when she taped a calendar to her desk with a betting pool, colleagues guessing the week I'd get fired, I knew I couldn't ignore her anymore. Revenge doesn't come loud, it whispers. I didn't snap, didn't shout, didn't complain to HR. She had them wrapped around her finger. I waited. I observed. She bragged too much, and I listened. She stayed late some nights, not to work, but to slip bottles of wine from the conference stash into her tote. She used the company card for client dinners that were really dates. She clocked in hours she didn't work. The little things people overlook. I didn't. I started documenting. Quietly. Meticulous notes. Time-stamped photos. Copies of receipts. Weeks turned into months. Every slip she thought vanished into air, I caught. When she mocked me about my weekend visitation pity parties, I smiled. When she laughed too loud at lunch, I nodded. And when she added another tally mark on her betting pool, I knew the game was almost over. The plan was simple. Let her believe she was untouchable. Let her cruelty peak. Then cut the cord when she least expected. Her last day began like any other. She waltzed in late, coffee in hand, sunglasses still on, and tossed her bag under the desk. By noon, she had already accidentally announced my lawyer's call to the whole office again. By 2, she was telling anyone who'd listen that I was weeks away from collapse. She didn't notice me, not really. She never saw the flash drive I handed to our director during lunch, or the neat binder labeled with her name, filled with every falsified expense report, every stolen bottle, every falsified overtime slip. She didn't hear the quiet conversation in the corner office. She didn't see the way heads turned, not at me, but at her. At 4, she called me over, loud as ever. "So, what's the bet today, Mark? Next Friday? Maybe sooner." Her laughter rang through the lobby. And then, my favorite part, the director appeared behind her, the same one she loved to charm with her jokes. He tapped her shoulder, expression flat. "Claire, can you step into my office?" The silence was sudden, heavy. I watched her walk away, shoulders stiff, pretending confidence. I almost pitied her. Almost. 10 minutes later, her voice cut through the air again, but not triumphant this time. Angry. Panicked. "This is ridiculous. Those receipts aren't—" "No, I didn't." The words tumbled, desperate, until the door closed. When she finally reappeared, she wasn't smirking. Her eyes darted, red-rimmed, her tote bag stuffed clumsily with her things. The director trailed her, saying little, just escorting. She kept her head down, but everyone watched. Everyone she had entertained with my humiliation now saw hers. As she passed me, she didn't look up. Her face was pale, jaw clenched. I stayed seated, calm, hands folded. I didn't need to say a word. The director spoke instead. "Claire is no longer with the company." Gasps. Whispers. The betting pool calendar was still taped to her desk. I glanced at it once, then turned away. That night, I sat alone in my apartment. The silence felt different. Not empty. clean. Revenge didn't bring back the years I'd lost to betrayal. It didn't erase the sting of being mocked when I was already bleeding. But it gave me something better: control. She thought she was untouchable. She thought she was clever. But clever people talk too much. And I wait. Her last day wasn't the one she imagined. It was mine. And when the phone rang again, my lawyer, another tedious update about custody hearings, I answered without fear. Because this time, no one announced it. No one laughed. And no one dared to bet against me.